Alright guys, welcome back to Majin of the Forsaken Kingdom. This time we are going to be entering the next area, and this is going to be the first room of the third section of the game. But finally I'm going to be meeting some new enemies, and it's going to be pretty exciting. The last couple of videos that I did were mostly just backtracking videos, so they weren't, they were kind of dull a little bit, I guess you could say. But this section of the game is where we finally get to start getting our feet wet again, getting into the action and things. And we're introduced to some new enemies and new puzzle elements and stuff like that. So here we go. Now the first thing you'll notice is there's going to be a zoom shot of the mask. We haven't seen masks for quite a while now, but this is the first mask that we can acquire in this area. And right in front of us is like a drawbridge, so we have to actually climb down here. Actually no, we have to go through this little hole right here. Now this area right here that we're going into, you're not going to be with Teotl. Now I gotta mention that this section of the game, I think, is where the difficulty in the game kind of spikes a bit. I've noticed that when I came into this area, it's a little bit more challenging. The enemies are a little bit more challenging, and some of the situations that you get yourself into are a little bit more challenging than the previous last two sections of the game. So this is like the halfway point. This is the second half of the game, and this is where things start to get a little bit more, aggressive and stuff, per se. So right here, we have to be very careful. We have to walk in here very gradually and just try to kill these guys. Oh, and these pots right here, right next to me, is actually a perfect way to stun the enemies. And take down these guys. That's what you want to do without alerting. Try to get through this area without alerting any enemies, because you got to remember you're not with Teotl, so you can't heal at all. So it can become very difficult if you get stuck in a pinker attack and you have to try to take on two enemies at once by yourself. And that's actually essentially what I did mistakenly. I ran down here and I alerted him. I tried to run back up. And I got up just in time before he sliced me. And then I tried to use these pots to hit him in the head with them and stun him. But I screwed up. I accidentally threw the pots and didn't hit him. It was pretty stupid. But that's what you want to do, is you want to take these pots, and like one of my previous videos where I took the pots and I actually stunned the guys, and then you want to take them out. That's the best way of approaching this battle, but instead I decided to approach it head on. And even though you are strong at this point in the game, taking on two of these guys is still pretty difficult. Oh, and this trophy that I just got, called the Headlong Rush, is a very easy trophy to get. It's all you have to do is attack the enemy's shields like 100 times, and at this point in the game is when I finally got that. So just soloing a lot of these enemies, you'll get that very easily. So, and I barely made it through this unscathed. I mean, without getting killed, because I'm almost dead. But I barely made it through. Got very lucky on that. That's definitely not the way to approach that battle, though. You want to use the pots to daze them and then go after them. So the first treasure chest that we'll be getting is right over here. We have to use the box to move it towards the elevated area over here, and jump up there and grab that chest. And now we're going to go back over here and meet up with Teatl again. Now, these enemies right here, these like dog-like creatures, are some of the really fearsome enemies. First of all, they can actually...
That one has good nose. If you get close, it finds
just like
you.
Teatl said, it can find you. So they have a very wide range of vision. You do not want to get very close to them. They can see you from pretty far away. They are dogs, so they have a heightened sense. A much more heightened sense than a lot of the other enemies you faced. And... you know, I tried, actually, when I first encountered these enemies, I actually went in there, you know, headlong, tried different attacks, and tried killing them with Teatl and with myself, and I kept getting killed, you know, repeatedly. One of the abilities that I noticed that really takes these guys down is the power of lightning. So you definitely want to use that to your advantage to take these guys down. That is the only way to take these guys down fast. At this point in the game.
Okay, I make lightning.
You know, it stuns them immediately, and it just, you know, it obliterates them really quickly. And they do have lots of HP. They have a pretty high HP pool, and they're very strong, and they can attack you for lots of damage. So you got to be really careful here when facing these dog-like creatures. That's why I love lightning so much. It's just such an awesome skill. Really makes things a lot easier once you have this skill in your arsenal. See, not only did I, you know, stun that one guy over there on the that I just attacked, but I also stunned both of them at the same time. Which is something that lightning does. Is when you use lightning, it actually, you know, stuns a lot of them in the vicinity in that area where you can perform finishers so much easier now.
I make lightning.
So, now that time I was too far away from Teatl, so the lightning didn't actually work. You gotta be semi-close to him. Not with, you know, out of range. Anyways, these battles are actually gonna be a little bit longer because, you know, they're a little bit harder to defeat. And you'll notice the battle music, you know, will change because, you know, usually I defeat enemies pretty quickly, but you'll notice full battle music during some of these fights. Now these eyes right here totally caught me off guard. I did not see them there, and I'm trying to get Teatl to come back here, but he's actually stuck there. So I basically ran up there and just took him out. That's what you want to do, so you can gain access to this fruit that's up here.
Okay, I wait here. Get on my back.
And this is another strength fruit.
I go now.
And I'll give him more strength. And oh, this ability that he loves, or this ability that he learns, I really love. Here, watch us check this out. Body slam. I love that move, and it actually becomes pretty useful in the later stages of the game when you start fighting. He uses it to really cripple a lot of enemies. So here we are, we're entering another battle area, where there's a whole bunch of these flying creatures and one big enemy that we have to take down. And you can also see the mask is right over there and the memory shard. So, and this battle actually proved kind of difficult for me. What you really want to do is you want to take down the big guy as fast as you can. Don't worry about the flying creatures right away. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to take down the flying creatures and having Teatl act as kind of like a tank to this big guy. But the big guy's like, you know, totally taking him down. So what you want to do is you want to use lightning. As you can see, I don't have it charged up right now, but when you get lightning, the first moment when you get lightning is you want to use lightning on the big guy. it works kind of just like the dog enemies. It stuns him, and you can just take him down real easily. It's actually a better strategy than using wind. Yeah, Teado's like almost dead. That's what I did. Is I used the wind like I did on the last, big or strong darkness that I killed. But it's really not the easiest way to take these guys down. You want to use lightning.
You in danger.
I almost ended up losing this fight because of that. So, and these bat creatures can really be a pest because they're hard to attack with Tepeo because they're way up there, and you have to attack them with Teodal. Now at this point in time I never knew that lightning was actually a better attack to use against these big guys, but you'll find that out soon enough that lightning just fucking owns all, man. It just totally one of the best skills in the game. Take out this last bat creature.
Okay, I blow wind.
I don't know why I did that. Just attack him. There you go. So those are some pretty long-winded battles there. But we both gained levels from it, so it was pretty good. Friendship level increased. Okay, now this is where you can use the springboard jump, and this is actually one of my favorite abilities with the combos. Is when you use a combo and you jump on Teodal's head.
Jump on my back and go.
If you push X at the right exact time, you'll jump even higher. So it's pretty cool to look at when you're doing the combos. You'll notice I'll get a hell of a lot more air and stuff like that. And here's our mask. And that's it. That's the first mask broken. Now, one thing I do want to mention in this third section of the game, pretty much this entire third section of the game, is not going to be nearly as straightforward as the other previous sections, because you can't actually retrieve all of the items in all of these areas. You actually have to do quite a lot of backtracking. And I will mention that later on. The Dudugera Way is one of the first areas that you can actually achieve all the items, but the next area, there's quite a few items that you can't get at the point in the game. So you'll be seeing about that. It's called the Ravine dig site, which actually I'm going to record part of that in this video as well. So it's actually we're gonna be visiting the Dudugera Way and also the part of the Ravine dig site before this video ends. But I just wanted to stress that fact that if you're following this playthrough and you're trying to get all the items in the game, don't be alarmed, because I will focus on the backtracking of after I complete the third boss of this section of the game. I will be focusing on backtracking to the previous areas and collecting the rest of the items that we missed. So I'm going to save right here, and we're going to head right into the next area. Actually, I'm not going to actually end the video here, because this next area is very small, because like I said, you can't complete it at this point in the game. There's 5 items to get, but you can't get them all right now. You'll have to wait till later to get them. And now you can see our favorite dog enemies are right up ahead over there. And you see how they just saw us just from running, from being that far away, they still saw us. So they're a pain in the ass, I'll tell you. But with lightning, they really, it really helps. The thing about it is, though, is trying to level up that, or trying to charge up your bar to where you can actually use lightning. So you want to do that as fast as you possibly can. Got some air on that one.
Go away! Fly away! I blow wind.
I pushed the wrong button there by accident.
Okay, I make lightning. Go away. Go away.
I like the battle music though in this. If you actually, you know, prolong these battles, you can actually hear all full battle music, which is pretty cool. Just took care of that. Three big battles there. Now, you know, we're going to be heading over here. There's not much you can do in the Ravine dig site at this point, so what you want to do is you want to head towards the next area. You want to climb up this ladder, and you'll see this enemy that actually caught me blindsided, but you can actually, if you're very careful, you can actually not get caught and use you know, silent kill or whatever on him, take him out. But he's only one lone enemy, so it didn't prove much of a challenge to me. Takes care of that. And now you'll see down here, there's more enemies. And this is one where I like to use TNT barrels. This is my favorite moments here. Throw them right on the guy. Good thing Teotl can't get hit by them. You know. And I actually fell off that time. It actually stuns them, so you can go and go in and kill them.
Go away.
And this is the very last chest. This is the only chest you can actually get in this area. All the other chests you can't get, so you'll have to wait till later. Now you'll notice if we're walking up here, there's a wall of flame. Obviously we can't go through there yet, so
Fire too strong. I'm not strong enough to fight.
we'll have to wait till later.
I heard that the Majin could breathe fire hot enough to melt steel and could walk unharmed on lava. So maybe if the Majin had all his powers, he'd be able to stand that fire. Well, I guess legends are usually exaggerated.
So yeah, we won't be coming back to that firewall for a little while. So, you know, at this point in the game, that's pretty much all we can acquire is that one chest. If you've been following this playthrough, that's it. We're going to be heading into the next area, the third area already now. After we fight a few more of these enemies that are here. These aren't any dog creatures, so it's a little bit easier. And I got some great air on that one. That's where the spring jump comes into play. It's pretty cool.
Fly away.
You notice now that I can, you know, be further away from Teotl and still use combination attacks, you know, compared to, you know, when I was at the very beginning of the game. Anyways, that's pretty much it for now. The next area we're going to be doing is the warehouse, and this next area is quite interesting and pretty difficult. So look forward to that, and that's about it. I'll see you guys next time in Majin of the Forsaken Kingdom.